Hello, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio with Chia Cartaya of Worldline. Welcome, Chia.
Hi, Mitra. Thank you very much for the invitation. Very happy to be here sharing our ideas on payments.
Wonderful. Great to see you. So, we know that OTAs are working to provide more personalized travel experiences, is what everybody's talking about. And their supplier networks are continuing to grow, creating increasingly complex B2B payment challenges and ecosystems. Managing those relationships and flows efficiently while ensuring continuity is really more critical than ever. So what would you say that given these challenges, how can the B2B virtual cards help the OTAs?
Oh, well, there are several things that virtual cards are doing today for our OTAs. And one thing, and I think the most important one is the reconciliation. They facilitate and simplify the reconciliation tremendously, avoiding this manual work. That's number one. And number two, I would say security. It prevents risk because fraud can be avoided greatly thanks to the use of the VCC. And the second one is also chargebacks. OTAs can protect themselves through the VCC and use the chargeback mechanism when possible, when needed.
And so then let's talk a bit more then about really the key benefits of these virtual cards compared to what we might think of as more traditional payment methods.
Well, if you analyze that carefully, you will see that what is traditional payment methods, right? It would be a bank transfer, which is done manually or semi-manually for those that have already tried more those like connected things, and that's not optimal. So what we are doing today with the virtual credit cards, we're facilitating that process. We're making it faster. We are optimizing, which is translated into cost reduction. So in the end, it results in cost savings for the OTAs.
Okay. And then, so OTAs that are maybe, on board with doing this, how can they unlock even greater value from a virtual credit card program?
Well, this is a very interesting question because we see the progression of the use of VCC across the industry. And what you realize is that the next natural step is to put together and create synergies between the pay-in and payout. Okay. If you see today, you have the pay-in on one side and the payout on the other. And there are so much synergies that you can create between the two to simplify, optimize again, and go to cost reduction. So that's the first thing I would say that's the obvious one to be done on the payment side for businesses.
Okay. And I assume you're seeing great examples of OTAs that are understanding this and making the most of it.
Absolutely. And I think it comes with maturity. More mature you are into the tech space, more you are integrating your ecosystem, and the industry is used to it, right? If you check the travel industry, we're used to the GDS, to the PMS, to the online booking tool. There are so many components, and our industry is really used to put those together, and this is not an exception. So it's time to put together the pay-in and payout to create synergies and make the process streamlined.
Okay, so let's talk about that then just a bit more. So this pay-in and payout model, is that an easy thing for the OTAs to adopt? I mean, what kind of a curve is there?
Well, I think as I was saying, the industry in the travel space is used to this integration. Yeah. And I think it's an extra step from a technological perspective. They know how to work with an API. In the case, for example, of Virtual Pay, which is the Worldline solution, is one API to integrate both. Okay. They know how to do these things so easily. Now it's a matter of culture. How do we transform our organization? And we were talking about that the other day, transformation, right? Yeah. This is about transforming our organizations, the governance within the OTA to say, well, the team of pay-in and the team of payout, they need to work together to create the synergies. And then you're going to unlock a lot of advantages that today are dispersed.
Yeah, it all makes a lot of sense. So, Chia Cartaya of Worldline, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for the time and happy to be here.
All right, thank you.